As always, I am trying to get the perfect lighting for this situation here. But you know what? Sometimes the perfect lighting will come with time. Sometimes you just basically have to just go with the flow and just start the mood. Yeah, sometimes you just have to just go with the flow and just start the mood. Okay. I am actually going to rebel against technology for once. So I'm going to basically put this turntable on and basically talk to you guys. Hi, Ken. Hi, everyone that's coming in. Gamal, Michelle. My Wi-Fi is not, yeah. Okay. So, sometimes it's really good to just rebel against technology, you guys, and just basically, I got this turntable over here. I don't know if you can see it. Well, anyways, a couple of months ago, it's been a God saver for me. Anyways, so, I'm always trying to get the perfect lighting. So I've opted to not do the red light special tonight because I really want to talk sincerely to you guys about my pathetic sex life. I don't know what you guys get off by saying that I'm like, you know, like, basically I bring this upon myself or whatever. I don't understand this. You know, I believe that the world is against me, and I solely believe that it's them, the men, not me. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna give you guys an example. I'm about to check my messages from these 3 guys that left some voice messages for me. Let's see. Okay. Alright, so let me put the speakerphone on. Alright, hope you guys are doing well tonight. But like I said, I am not, I just have a pathetic sex life and I just have really bad luck, so, you know, anyways.
Well, we haven't really met, but I saw, been a fan of yours for a long time, and, you know, I love your music, and I love you 2 times as the girl, but,
Who the fuck is this?
Handsome guy, and, you know, I don't have that much money, but,
Why are you calling me then?
I'm a little overweight.
What?
And I'm a little bit lacking in the size department. But
You're lacking in the size department? Oh, come on now. End of discussion. Okay. See what I have to deal with? This dating shit. God.
I didn't met you, but I got your information off about you. You gave me your number and everything. But, you know, I'm gonna keep it real, you know. I got shit. A nigga got a nice job.
That's good.
I live with myself. I'm like 2.
Okay, we're getting somewhere here.
Yo, son, I ain't the most perfect nigga, but you know.
No one is.
I'm just trying to make it. Oh yeah, you told me that you wanted me to tell you and think you a dick pic.
Yes.
But I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't really have a big dick, but at the same time,
No, not gonna happen. Once again, like I said, it's them, not me. I'm just basically, I just have a pathetic sex life. So I'm gonna listen to this last message here, and then I'm gonna talk to you guys like, you know, civilized, like a civilized individual, and we're gonna get to chopping it up. Okay, can't be converted. Okay.
Alright. You gave me your number, off of POL. You that friend. Yo, bitch. I don't even know your name. I'm people 100 with you. Shit. I don't got no job. I ain't trying to get no job. Shit, I ain't trying to sit with my life.
See what I'm dealing with?
It's got a big dick. I'm like
10 inches. Oh. Oh, we're saving you, honey. Okay. Yeah, I'm saving that number. But anyways, like I said, I am Foxxjazell, Kiva Jackson, and this is my story. This is my pathetic sex life. And yeah, I basically, you know, I only value guys with big cocks and, you know, fuck everything else. Fuck substance, fuck the fact that you treat me well, fuck the fact that, you know, that you have a job or whatever like that. Only thing I value is a big cock. That's the only thing I want. Obviously, I'm actually doing a parody. I'm actually doing a parody of my life, because that is what most people think of me. Most people tend to think of me as this person that is just like all about visual. This person that is all about, you know, no substance, just physicality. And I decided to, you know, do this parody because of the fact that I wanted to make fun of myself. I wanted to make fun of myself because of the fact that I'm getting, you know, if you don't make fun of yourself, and if you don't learn to laugh at the tragedy that is your dating life, then who will laugh at it? And, you know, yeah. Also, I want to tell you guys, too, that, giving all my business out right now. This dress here, I got this from Target. Basically, I got this from Target for merely $30. And this is Victoria's Secret. This is Victoria Beckham's new line that she has at Target. It's like, actually, it's not a dress. It's like a little jumpsuit thing, but it's really comfortable. And basically, I think it's my thought look. I think it's my thought look for the summer. But anyways, Kendi, this is why I don't get why you feel the way you do. You're not the only one in the boat you're in. So, hey, Gamel. So, basically, as I was saying before, I've learned to accept what I cannot control. And I've learned to just basically roll with the punches, accept the little crumbs that come my way. Okay? So, that being said, I'm going to get straight into it. Now, I'm going to give you guys the real here. Okay, what really brought me to Los Angeles, California is my job as a visual consultant. That's primarily what brought me to Los Angeles. Basically, what a visual consultant is, if you guys don't know what a visual consultant is, I was contacted by this one particular person to take their product and their brand to the next level. And in return, they're helping me with my blog. And it just worked out as a really good deal. They actually financed the move for me, helped me get back to this apartment and everything like that. So it was a really good deal, and it was just a deal that I could not take up. I could not just like leave like hanging, because I just really feel like when things come your way, like opportunities, then you have to make that decision to say, you know what, this is like a once in a while opportunity, and this may not come along like in the next 10 years or so. So anyways, and I know you guys always tend to ask like my musical selection. This is from the Bootylicious single. This is a very rare cut too. It's like only on vinyl. The Bootylicious dance mix. But once again, this is one of the reasons I got this turntable, because of the fact that I can get a lot of rare remixes that are not like necessarily on digital. So anyways, okay, let's get into it. Like I said, the reason I'm bringing up the visual consultant thing is because, like, I feel like my professional life has been really good. I'm making money. I'm doing other little odd jobs here and there, and everything is only up and up. However, my sex life, you know, and one thing I've noticed about the LA men, okay, I don't know if you guys have ever seen that show, Insecure, HBO's Insecure, but I'm going to just give you a brief description about, like, one of the scenarios that happened in that show. That show it's based on this black woman from the girl from Awkward Black Girl from YouTube. And basically it takes place here in LA. And when I saw that show, I related to that show so much because it was just like dead on like how some of the men in LA are. And I completely forgot about like how the men are in LA, because they really have a fake it till you make it attitude. And this is not me putting down the men in LA, but this is me just calling them out, as you know I will always do. And basically, okay, let me give you a scenario. In the show Insecure, one of the characters, her name is Molly. She's a lawyer, and she's a black woman, and she's she's pretty much perceived to be like an unattainable, angry black bitch. Like most black women are, you know, have the stereotype of like having the job, having the career, having everything but the man. But she keeps going on dates after dates after dates with these guys, and she thinks that it's like a good situation. And then, you know, and see, this is how LA guys are. LA guys are just so much like this. Bitch, you will be out to dinner with them, you have like the great time and everything, and you think everything is going well. You think, oh my God, you know, your inner white girl comes alive, and you're, oh my God, I met the perfect guy, I'm so psyched. We're gonna spend, and you start visualizing like all this stuff that's like superficial stuff that's not gonna happen. Like, oh, we're gonna get married, and we're gonna shack up and have a dog, and I like picket fences and all that stuff. And then reality hits. And this is what reality looks like. That's, okay. Basically, you and the guy get it in, you have great sexual chemistry, you connect on all these different levels, and then, let's say that's Sunday. Then Monday comes. Then Tuesday comes. Then Wednesday comes. Then Thursday comes. And mind you, no phone call from this guy. And then all of a sudden, you decide to text him or whatever, and he just doesn't get back to you. Just doesn't get back to you. And you find out like years later or so, he basically got with another girl that was maybe like white or Asian or anything but black. Because that's how a lot of black men are. But unlike most African American cisgender black women, I am an equal opportunity dater. I do not just basically limit myself to one race. I do have a preference. I mean, obviously I'm black, so I'm going to gravitate to my own race, but, you know, I'm open to all types of races. As long as you have a big cock. You know, because that's what everyone says about me. So basically, let me tell you a couple things that happened here. What I've noticed is that Okay, if you caught my live a couple weeks ago, I was talking about the porn star Jay Vegas and, you know, his, like, antics and things of that nature. So, since then, other events and incidents have happened. And, I've had some other, how can I say, endeavors. I've had some hookups and things. Because I'm a grown woman. Shut the fuck. I should not be demonized for hooking up. So please do not demonize me, you people. But anyways, long story short, I'm starting to notice a trend. I'm starting to notice that out here in LA, mostly, that a lot of men, they suffer from privilege. And I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to educate you guys about this. The privilege and how the privilege works out here. Okay. I'm going to give you a scenario. I met this guy off of, like, let's say, some random social media site. Me and him, we connected, we Netflix and chilled. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 times, and the sexual chemistry was off the chain. Now, here's the visual. He's light-skinned, he's a personal trainer, and he's about 6'2". Okay. So I never took it for more than what it was. He would always come, you know, during the typical tranny hours. You know the tranny hours. After midnight, but leaving before 4 a.m. Because that's when the neighbors get up. God forbid the neighbors see him leaving from a tranny's house. So, anyways, this guy, like I said, we had a really good connection. The sex was amazing. And basically, I would say the 3rd time he came over, he tried to play psychology with me. And I mentioned this in my, I would like to see you at noon. Oh, thank you, Ken. But you know what's so funny, Ken? It's like all the guys that are so nice to me are usually out of the country or like not in my state. That's just how things work. Crystal, me and Fox are in the same boat. We are size queens and never fully satisfied. Yes, that is completely true. And mind you, there's nothing wrong with being a size queen. Stand in your truth and being a size queen. Because these men out here, they have no problem letting you know that they want a fat ass. Or that they want a girl with a small waist and a fat ass. And like you guys saw for yourself, because I had to put this on. This is the reason why a lot of people said, like, with my last live that I did, why is he still there? The reason why this guy was still there is because I wanted you guys to see this fuckery as it unfolded. I want you guys to see this with your own eyes. Like I said, there are guys that are will not be satisfied with me and all of my assdom and will tell me that I need to get more ass. So if they can be that vocal about telling me that I need to get more ass or I need to lose weight, because I've had guys tell me I need to lose weight, then fuck it. Why can't I stand in my truth and say I want a guy with a big dick with some stamina? God damn it. So, anyways, going back to light-skinned guy from this app. I lived in LA for years. I would have loved to have met you when you lived here. Me and Fox are in the same boat, done with these, never fully satisfied with these lame ass men. Yeah. But you know what, Crystal? The reason why we're never satisfied is because a lot of these girls, this is so deep here. A lot of girls, I've noticed, will take the breadcrumbs and not say anything. Because, like, when a guy tells me, okay, this is the #1 thing I hate. When I ask the guy, are you big? No, I won't even say that. I say, what's your size? You keep it 100. Are you small, average, big, or XL? And then he gives me some bullshit. Shit, I ain't never got no complaints. Now, nigga. To me, when I hear that, I hear, you're probably not that big. Because, bitch, if you're big, you've gotten some complaints. So, already, I'm showing you the door. So, anyways, going back to the guy, like I said, I want to get so sidetracked off the fact that I just completely lose track of the original story. This is just like so tragic when I tell you this. So anyways, we had an amazing time. He basically climaxed and, you know, and I basically, you know, I'm a freak and everything. You know, he climaxed in my mouth and all that stuff, and it was cool. It was cool and everything. So, you know, hey, I showed him my latest STD test. You know, everything was on the up and up, and then he decides to play psychology games with me. I mentioned this in my last Cynical Optimism episode. And one thing you do not do with Foxxjazell is play psychology games with me. I mean, to me, I feel like everything was on the up and up until this part happens. And he says, like, you trying to figure me out, huh? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, you trying to figure me out because, you know, bitches always trying to, you know, tie me down and shit. But then they get mad when I get with them, and, you know, and I always end up cheating. So, when he said this, I kept it real. I kept it 100 as the only way that I can do. And I said, honestly, darling, I don't try to take it for more than what it is. I don't wonder about what happens, like, when you leave here at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't worry about, like, who you see or who you live with. You know, only concern that I have is that she doesn't, like, use the iPhone tracker and show up at my house and say, you've been fucking my man, because then we're going to have a problem. I mean, like I said, you know, everything was on the up and up. So, and then I decided to go into more detail, and I said, but in all honesty, it's not that serious for me. I don't get emotionally attached to the dick. I just want the dick. You know, it's just like, I don't know how else I could say it. But see, I'm so used to dealing with New York men and giving them realism, because they give me realism right back, and keep it real, like all the way real with me, that I have to really readjust and readapt to this LA fake it till you make it mentality. So I told him this, and I said, yeah, I said for lack of better words, I just want the dick. You know, nothing more, nothing less, you know. I mean, it's not that serious for you. I mean, it's cool and everything. You're a very handsome guy. But, I mean, truth be known, and mind you, I did not tell him this. Truth be known, I don't usually go for light-skinned men. I've never gone for light-skinned men. I usually like real dark-skinned, ugly guys. Like, pitch black, like, big nose, mammoth, African features. Because usually, in my experiences, that lets me know that, okay, he obviously is not all that attractive, and he has confidence, so he must have a big dick. Because, you know, having a light skin, and you're fine and everything, but you're an asshole, and then you have no dick? Oh, please, I have no use for you. So, this is how the conversation went. And I'm thinking, like, okay, at least he's going to appreciate my honesty and the fact that I'm not going to be texting him or calling him 6 times in the hour of every hour saying, I miss you, we're going to see each other again, you know. So, anyways, I was talking to one of my homegirls, like, moments after he left, and I was just, because, you know, after you've had some real good, and you're in this state of euphoria, and you're having, like, genuine private tea time with your girlfriend, and I went into the Badu application, because that's where we met from, to find his picture so I could, you know, show her, like him, because, you know, she likes visuals. And, I couldn't find his picture. And I said to myself, that's interesting, because I know he messaged me, like, the day before, and, first stage of denial. Maybe he got deleted. Yeah, maybe he got deleted from Badu. So, I don't think anything of it. The next day goes by, so I don't leave it alone. And I noticed I still don't see his picture on the app. So then I text him and I say, hey, I had a great time last night. I love the way you came in my mouth and, you know. Yeah, I don't do that with everyone. Lies. But it was cool. Just to get, like, some type of correspondence. Crickets. Crickets. I'm talking about, like, dead zone. So, I didn't think anything of it. Second stage of denial. Maybe he's busy. Monday passes, Tuesday passes, Bishop week passes. So, Saturday is up and up. And, you know, we usually have this thing of seeing each other on a Saturday. So, Saturday comes, and this is when the third stage of denial comes in. And I text him, and I say, hey, you know what? I don't know if I said something to offend you or whatever, but, yeah, I do apologize, because I can be very blunt, and I stand in my truth when I say that, but, please accept my apologies, and, yeah. So, whenever you get a chance to hit me back up. That was probably, like, last Saturday, and, I'm still, yeah. Still no response. So I think you know where this goes. I mean, and that to me, I'm used to guys that have, you know, less than or that are lacking in one department, like usually size or height or whatever. I'm used to them behaving like that, especially like on the East Coast. I'm not used to you being light-skinned, 6'2", big dick, nice job, banging personality, banging body, and you have a bitch assness about you. I'm not used to that. That part of it's just not. I'm not getting that right now. So my pathetic dating life continues. Oh, I'm telling you guys, you cannot make this up, honey. Mallory, girl, size ain't everything. Size is not everything, I do agree. But you know what? I'm not going to settle for anything. Because, like I said, I feel that if men can sit here and tell me, you should consider getting more ass, or, you know, if a guy can tell you that you need to work out a little bit more. Because I have had guys tell me this, or, you know, or if guys can tell me, why don't you dress a little more sexy? Shit, put on some high heels and, you know, put on some lipstick for me and everything. And shit, nigga want to see you looking sexy and shit. Okay, but you're coming over here with sweats and swap meet slippers on, but you want me to look sexy. And you can't even wear, like, boxer briefs for me. So I'm just saying 50-50. Fox, can you just make me tell. You look like Caribbean Queen. I don't know to take that as compliment or not. Only problem I have with you at 3 in the morning is trying to get some more of that ass. Oh, Ken, you talk a good game. Hope you're willing to live up to the task. Because everyone talks a good game, and then when it's time to live up to the task, it's a totally different story. But I doubt that that's the story with you, because you are a different type of breed. Okay, so as I continue on with this, oh God, I need to get some water, because this story gets very interesting, you guys. Basically, the second situation comes on. And the second situation, or third situation, is this guy that I met, and long story, on another social media app. And, you know, he was very whitewashed, once again, light-skinned, comes over, he's 6'2", and he downplayed his size, because he didn't really say what size he was or whatever. And I was kind of, like, leery about that. And then he gets over here and he's like 10 and a half, and I'm like, wow. And then I start talking to him more, and he's like very intelligent, very whitewashed, and you know, I'm hearing a lot of privilege in his, you know, voice. So, anyways, I make a sly comment. You know me, I'm very cynical and sarcastic, but you know, still real at the same time. I said, "Oh God, you seem like you're from like Orange County, privileged, you know, privileged like Orange County." He's like, "Yeah, I am from Orange County." You know, I was like, "Wow." You know, I just like said that as like a kiki, and it's really real. So then I asked another question, and basically I like to ask this question to most guys that I'm dating or hooking up with or freaking or whatever you want to say. I always say, what type of girls do you like? And please don't try to manufacture your answer to fit me. So if you say, I like black trannies that got a small waist and a fat ass, I'm going to say that you're pulling my leg and you're telling me what I want to hear. So tell me what you really like, because I will make no mistakes about it. I will tell a guy. I usually like a nice Caribbean guy, preferably Jamaican, dark skin, not all that attractive, 10 inches or better, nice job, you know, very porn star stamina, yeah, yeah, and I leave it at that. So, he tells me that he likes white girls and Asians. How did I figure that? Orange County. But I'm not demonizing him for his likes or whatever. So, but keep in mind, keep a mental note of like what he likes. So, he gave me like 20 to, and oh yeah, and he's very passionate too. We got it in, and damn, you're picky. Just like a, oh, Jamal. Oh, I'm glad Jamal brought this up. Jamal says that I'm picky just like a transsexual. You're goddamn right I'm picky like a transsexual, because you know what? We're not going to take any crumbs anymore. I'd rather be lonely than be with someone just to say I have a relationship. Because I know a lot of girls that will do that. I could have a relationship right now if I wanted to. You know, I could go down to, like, go to Compton or Santa Monica Boulevard and pick up some, like, boy that's, like, looking for a place to stay and be like, hey, come here, you want to be in a relationship with me? I'll take care of everything. I'll pay for your Jordans. Fuck it. I will buy you a PlayStation and, you know, just fix you all up and everything, because I have done this before. And you know what? All you have to do is just say that you're my boyfriend, you know. Or you can be like, you can do what Pam Jones did and basically put money on a boy's books and get on social media and say, he proposed to me. We getting married. So, anyways, so, yeah, I'm very well known that I'm picky. I love that I'm picky, and I stand in that truth. So, anyways, this guy, he gives me like 20 minutes of like really good sex, and he's very touchy and very passionate for a black guy, and I'm not used to that from like kissing me and everything. I'm not used to that. You're a black guy. What do you want? When a black guy starts like kissing you and stuff like that, and you know, I'm like, what do you want? You bet you ask me for some money, but due to the fact that he's from Orange County, I'm like, okay, what is your purpose? Because you obviously rolled up in here in a 2017 Audi. So what is your purpose? What do you want? So he basically went on to say that, you know, he doesn't want to just have sex with girls anymore, and he's like 31, and he wants something more, but he's picky. So, anyways, I just left it at that. And then he went on to say that, you know, he's dated guys, he's dated girls, you know, he's just like all across the board, like, desired. And I think if you see him, you know, yeah, he is all across the board desirable. Because, you know, and he says he gets hit on by a lot of white, older guys. But he turns them down. Because he doesn't need their money. Because he's from Orange County. So, anyways, so, here is where the shade comes in. I gotta get my other cell phone for this one. If he doesn't want to kiss you, then you don't really want to do anything else. You know, Ken, I don't like to be kissed by, like, most guys because I don't want you to give me something or try to make it seem like it's more than what it is. Now, I will say this. Just like any other girl or, you know, most females, I get all pink inside if a guy that I like is kissing me or whatever. But unlike most females, I don't get emotionally attached. I'm not like, oh my God, I'm so in love with him. Because first of all, I don't take that many hormones because I learned a long time ago that hormones really makes trannies crazy. So I stopped taking a lot of hormones just for that very reason. And I tend to have this moral of date like a man, have sex like a man, but act like a woman approach, and that kind of works for me. So when a guy gets like starts kissing me and makes me feel all submissive and shit, it kind of like brings me out of that element of like, starting to feel like too submissive and girly. Hold the fuck back, nigga. Shit. Keep treating me like the shit that you were trying to treat me like subconsciously, because I'm used to that. But anyways, I know that sounds so sad, but I think you have to be really awakened to understand where I'm coming from. I'm not going to kiss someone and not into it. Thank you, Mallory. And she's a white girl, and she's saying that. So anyways, let me go ahead and get my cell phone so I can show you guys the shade. Okay. Alright, so. Before I go into this, I just want to say that, am I a top, Kendi? I'm versatile. I would definitely say that I am 90% a bottom, and I am 10% a top. Meaning, if you are a bottom boy and you get with me, you're going to be hugely disappointed. Because, honey, I get an itch to top every once in a while, and I'm one of those shady tops. Like, I will top you like a fucking dude. But, honey, when I'm through topping you and I get my nut, I lose all respect. This is my own personal issue. I lose all respect because I mean, like, if I top you and then you're talking about, you know, trying to regulate on me, trying to act all masculine, like, shit, you know, get my shoes. No, nigga, you get your own shoes. Matter of fact, why don't you bend over again, bitch ass nigga? Shit. So, but that's just my own hang-ups. You know, I don't want to come across as like being like one of those trannies that I won't say any names that shame others or shame trans attracted men for their sexual positions. So, anyways, I think for the most part, you guys, that I think is an unsaid rule that like when you text someone that let's say that you're in a hookup with, there's somewhat of an unspoken mutual respect that if the person doesn't have to get back to you, but they can acknowledge you, or they can make some type of, they can give you the respect of acknowledging you, or just saying like, hey, I'm not available, or whatever. So, anyways, I hit this guy, light-skinned, Orange County guy, and I hit him up and I say, hey, text him and say, why don't we finish what we started a couple nights ago? Just like 2 nights ago. No, not 2 nights ago, but 2 nights after the time that we hooked up. So, Wednesday passes, Thursday passes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 days pass. No message from him. So, like I said, I don't expect anything more. And you're light skinned and you're 6'2", 10.5-inch dick. So hey, I should be privileged that you even gave me some of the dick, right? So, anyways, he hits me up on another night when I went to go see another guy that stood me up, which is another story. I'll save that for like Pathetic Sex Life episode 2. There's so much of it. So light skinned guy hits me up at 1:30 in the morning, And guess what he says? This is what light skin privilege sounds like. This is what big dick privilege sounds like. This is what asshole privilege sounds like. He says, hey. And I say, days later. And he basically is just like laugh out loud or whatever like that. Still no acknowledgement of his asshole ways. No acknowledgement of the fact that he can't like even... I mean, even a New York guy will give me some bullshit about, I was busy. Shit, I've been really busy. Even though it just, nigga, takes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds to text someone. You can count that much. But, you know, even a New York guy or East Coast guy, Midwest guy, any guy in anywhere else in the nation will give you a bullshit excuse and say, I couldn't, you know, get to the phone or whatever. Oh no. He just was like, hey, no apologies. Take it for what it is. So, he continues on, and I try my best, and I just wanted you guys to know this, that I try my best to do this. I try my best to adapt, and try my best to not be so cynical and bitter and angry black woman. So, I said, what's up? He says, chillin', been Netflix all night. You? I wanted to ask him, like, oh, with who? I mean, 'cause I'm pretty sure you wasn't by yourself, but I kept my cool. I said, heading back home from a mixer in downtown. Bullshit. So then he says, well, I feel better that I didn't wake you up. No, nigga, you didn't wake me up. You just hit me up 8 days later, not acknowledging me, you know, and just like it's all cool and everything. But hey, you can do that. So, I don't say what I just said. I just said, yeah. Then he says, what you about to do? Then this is where I have to just like, I can't help myself. I cannot help, because you know me, I have a mouth. I basically say, this is so the equivalent of when your number comes up at the DMV after waiting in the line for 3 hours. Wow, my number came up. Oh, this is the part where I should say, hey, would you like to come over? That feels so much better. So this is what he says. Well, now, I feel bad. That was downright disrespectful. I'll try you at a reasonable hour another day. Nigga, what? Nigga, this is what privilege sounds like. And the reason I'm so emotional about this is because my cisgender friend, who I love dearly, does not think that male privilege exists. She does not think that light-skin privilege exists. She does not think that big dick privilege exists. What she thinks when I bring this up is, Fox, you're very angry, and you're perpetuating this, and I think this is why you're attracting these type of men, because you're very angry, you're very bitter, and I think this is all in your head. There's no such thing as privilege. And it's like, I have to like, oh girl. And mind you, she's not only is she cisgender, but she's an island girl. She's from Trinidad. So, and she has her own real hair. So that's like a different type of shelteredness that she doesn't know anything about. She doesn't know anything about weaves or wigs or anything like that. When I first met this woman, I was like going through her hair and like, oh, because I thought she was wearing a weave or like one of those, bitch. And I found out it was actually hers. I mean, woman looks like Zoe Saldana down. So you can't possibly know what I'm going through. Not to say that my world is like my life story, my pathetic sex life is worse than hers, but whatever. So I have to educate her and tell her that, you know, everything that I'm saying right now, and this is why I say that I feel like I'll be much more appreciated when I'm dead and gone. Because back in 1991, there was an angry black boy that came out of Oakland, California. Well, he says he came out of Oakland, California, but he was actually born in New York. And he basically was angry, just mad at the world. And he talked about police brutality and talked about how the police were hating on him and, you know, basically fuck the police, you know, and he was rebellious and angry. And his name was Tupac Shakur. And people at that point in time just thought he was just like an angry black boy that, you know, brought all, just like me, oh, he brings it upon himself, you know. Oh, that nigga ain't shit. All that shit that be happening, that nigga that he brings it upon himself. And years later, he's dead and gone. And everything that he's saying is like ringing true. It was always true. But I guess because of the fact, the messenger that it was coming from, people, I will admit this, and my cisgender friend has said this. She said that when you are when you're the messenger and you come off and your message is basically has every good intent and it could possibly be true. She basically said that she basically said that long story short, that the message gets diluted and it gets missed because of the fact that if it's coming from someone that is angry or that is like, you know, just somewhat problematic, people are not going to hear the message and people are not going to care what the message is because of the fact that, you know, all they're hearing is anger. All they're hearing is like, you're bringing this upon yourself. So I do agree with that part. So anyways, that's my next door neighbor calling me because I think I'm being too loud. So I'm going to move up to the screen a little bit more. So, going back to the situation here. When this boy told me this, honey, I had to let him have it. And this is how I let him have it. Okay. Nigga, you had the nerve to say that I'm being disrespectful. So this is how you check somebody in a very logical way. I said, oh my God, you LA men are sensitive as fuck. It was a fucking joke. What's disrespectful is getting back days later without acknowledging my text. But I guess you're not used to people calling you out on your bullshit because you suffer from big dick privilege, light skin privilege, asshole privilege, as well as male privilege. Get over yourself. It's not that serious for you. Then he says, laugh out loud, you might have been serious, at which point I would have understood. So, this is where the thought in me comes out. And I'm like, okay, slow it down, Fox, because, you know, you don't have that many options, and he does have a big 10-inch and a half cock, and, you know, the sex is good for the 10 minutes that it lasts, 20 minutes that it lasts. So take it, salvage this situation, and shut the fuck up. So I call him, and I say, hey, you know what, I am so sorry. I was so out of line. You know, because he's used to dealing with white girls and Asian. So I had to get on his level. I'm so sorry. You know, I was so out of line, and that was so not cool. Let's start over. How was your day? So he proceeds to tell me his day, and I'm like looking at the phone as he has it on speaker, and all I hear is privilege, 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 and then he gets and asks me, how's my day? I'm like, yeah, it was cool. So, what you doing? What's up? And this is where, yeah, this is what he tells me. Mind you, it's 2 o'clock in the morning at this time. He tells me that he's had a long day. He's going to go to sleep. So you woke me up at 1:30 in the morning, and because I told you about yourself, you're going to treat me like the fucking Tricks Bunny and say, sorry, faggot, this dick is for chicks. No, you can't have the dick tonight. Because that's what I felt like. I felt like the fucking Tricks Bunny. I used to always feel very sorry for that bunny. Because, you know, those kids used to taunt him with that goddamn trick cereal. Anyways, yeah. So I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. Because, you know, when things like this happens, I mean, you can't make this up. I mean, I'm used to things like this happening, so I just took it with a grain of salt, and I said, okay, well, I'll just get back in line and wait for my number to be called again. So, but I did typical LA behavior. I give him a piece of his medicine, of his own medicine, because this is what LA men do. They will act fake with you one way, and then they will read you and tell you about yourself through text. So, basically, this is how I got him together. I said, funny thing about how privilege works. It works in a way where the person that benefits from the privilege doesn't think that they've done anything wrong. So therefore, there's no need to apologize for anything when they don't understand or just don't give a fuck about other people's feelings. Anyways, I think you're probably not awakened, or you're just blinded by the countless women, trannies, men, whoever, that hold you to high status and allow you to disrespect them at the cost. Just at the cost for you can bless them with your asshole presence and 20 minutes of heaven of your big 10-inch and a half cock. Good night. Well, I got an answer for him that I did not expect. He basically said, well, there's more to it than that. I grew up thinking that privilege was mine, and I was used to having privilege at the grasp of my hands. Now I'm in the middle somewhere. You think? So I didn't even want to praise him for standing in his truth because I was so mad at him. And, you know, this guy here, like I said, you know, honey, I'm just like a mere afterthought. I'm pretty sure, like, he thought about what I said and just like, sucks for him. Yeah, probably misgendered me and everything. But anyways, yeah, that's what privileged guys, like, from Orange County, you know, they do. People like me don't exist in their world. Well, they do exist in their world, but they only exist in their world to, you know, service them or be a cum bucket or, you know, yeah. So, anyways, so, I don't even know how many minutes I am on this thing. But anyways, my pathetic sex life. So that was like the third round. And that was where I was like, these light-skinned, privileged motherfuckers here in LA are sensitive as fuck. So then I basically, I'm about to get real now. I'm about to get really real now. It was so desperate. I got so desperate in my pathetic sex life that I did something that I did years ago, and I'm not afraid to admit it. And I know you bitches are going to use this against me on a later date, but I don't give a fuck because of the fact that I stand in my truth. I paid for an escort. Yeah, I paid for an escort because, you know, I paid for escorts before when I used to travel from, you know, when I used to go to Europe and basically, because here is the thing about paying for escort. Okay, I have my own logic for this. Like, you can basically, like, when I would go into, like, certain cities, like, after doing a show or something like that, you know, instead of getting on Craigslist or endless apps and going back and forth and trying to get what you're looking for, it seems as though sometimes you're gonna get, it's just much easier just to go straight to the source and just basically, hey, here's $200, fuck me and get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But see, other people here, or should I say, more people that are not awakened see something else. When they hear that you pay for an escort, they hear, you're ugly, you're desperate. Oh, damn, things have gotten bad for you, but, whoa, you are the bitch that walks rabbits in the park instead of dogs, so, hey, I don't expect anything else for you. So, anyway, thanks, Camille, 52 minutes, okay. So, anyways, pay for the escort, and out of all the male escorts that were here in LA, I went with the one that I just felt like, you know, I had a connection with him or whatever. And I had asked him, like, are you comfortable with transgender clients and whatever, so, like, blase. And he said he was. And, honey, he gave me trade in his pictures, trade in his video. Trade, baby. But when he got over here, he gave me cis in person. Not CIS, cisgender, but I mean like cis, like, girl, what's up? Cis, that type of cis. Because, these LA guys, baby, are nothing like the New York butch queens. I mean, like, I've had my share of New York butch queens. Yes, one or two that were butch queens that will get it in with a girl like me, and they're still masculine for the most part. But out here in LA, let me tell you how LA butch queens work. You see him all in the ad, shit, nigga on the down low. No, damn, no, shit. I'm straight. I'm bisexual. Baby, when he starts getting comfortable around you, he starts talking all types of faggotry, calling you sis, you know, letting that limp wrist, honey, you know what I'm talking about, starts getting comfortable. Now, I will say this about this guy. He wasn't, like, overly, like, feminine or anything, but he definitely was not, like, overly, like, honey, let's just say this. He gave Compton black boy in his pictures. When he got over here, he gave very much Pasadena black boy. So, yeah, two different types. And, yeah, he said it was a freak, but he was very reserved and, you know, couldn't get hard to save his life because he just wasn't attracted to me. And this is what I came to the realization that, you know, some guys are just really gay. And that's cool. You know, I had made a suggestion. I said, you know, because I gave him his money, I paid for his lift to and back to his place. And I said, you don't have to put up a front with me, honey. You know, you probably would like it better if I were just to take all of this off, put a fitted on, and talk to you like in a deep register. Because it just seems like I'm a little bit too much more feminine than what you're used to. And him being in his LA typical nature, like, no, I like trannies. I said, honey, you've probably never been in this close measures or proximity to a tranny. You know, So anyways, out and out with him. $300 gone down the drain, but you know what? Charge it to the game. Hey, I'm in a business right now as a visual consultant where that's just like pennies on the dollar. I can't say that on Facebook Live because, God, I'm going to have one of my girlfriends hitting me up for a fucking long now. Fuck. You see what you guys make me do? So anyways, I think the last resort was that a couple nights ago I hooked up with a guy and I told him, like, hey, do you have any plans in the morning or anything? Because, you know, I really don't want you coming over here and just, like, fucking me for, like, 20 minutes and then you're up and out. Because if that's the case, I'm not an escort. But I'm thinking to myself that, I mean, I can get a donation for that. Because, you know, if I'm going to give you my time freely, if I'm going to set space out for my time to chill with the guy, then it's like the whole thing. I like to chill, like the fuck, you know, we can have some talk, whatever like that. You know, it's no, honey, you know what I'm saying? And I told him, I said, hey, are you a one-round type of guy? Are you looking for a quickie or whatever? And he was like, no, I'm cool. Comes over here, basically, freak. He was a freak, and sex game was on point, all this stuff. And then he's like, damn, I want a nut. And we're like about 30 minutes into it or so. And then he says, and I make a comment, I say, well, I don't want you to because I know that's going to change everything. You're going to come up with some excuse like, oh, I just remember. I got a kid that I don't even know about that I got to go pick up. Didn't have a kid 2 hours ago, but now he has a kid. So anyways, you know how this goes. He comes and guess what? He starts putting on his boxers. Okay, so I let that slide. Then he puts on his tank top. Let that slide too, because this is stages of denial here. Maybe he has like the chills or he's anemic or something. Then he starts putting off starts putting on his shoes. And I'm like, okay, nigga. And I'm like, I made a statement. I said, you know what? So funny is that I think like the two things that don't exist in this town is people that are authentic and people that really give a fuck about you, that you know about, like that you can see that from the exterior. And he basically caught on real quick and said, oh, you're talking about me? You're talking about me? I'm like, well, I mean, you put on your clothes and everything, but I mean, I'm because, you know, when you get to this point here, it's like borderline, like, you kind of, this is why it's so, like, fucking pathetic, my pathetic sex life, because it's like, you don't want to come across like, oh, please stay with me, because you're going to come off as, like, being clingy and everything, but at the same time, you don't want a nigga to, or a guy, you gotta be politically correct, you don't want a guy to basically think that what he's doing is cool and basically do this to the next girl and the next girl without saying something about it. Because, you know, I'm the type of girl that I feel like if I don't say anything, I'm doing a disjustice to not only him, but the next bitch that he's chilling with. So, anyways, he basically says to the point of the fact that, oh, well, you know, I do have something to do. Of course you have something to do. Of course. I showed the nigga the text of like, I asked you, did you have any plans? And then I decided to basically turn the situation around. And I say, okay, well, hey, that type of situation and everything. I mean, I'm feeling like a prostitute. I mean, you might as well leave the money on the dresser or something like that. Because, I mean, that's what I feel like. I feel like a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what a prostitute gets. You know, she gets paid for the hour or so. You know. There's no connection. There's no, you know, you're just home for sex. You know what I'm saying? As far as I know, you know, I got out of that business a good minute or so ago. But hey, maybe I should start doing it again. I have a really big respect for escorts because not only have I dibbled and dabbled in it myself, but you know, at least you know what you're getting yourself into. That's why I can respect an escort. That's why I can pay for escort because you know. I know that I'm paying for convenience. I know what it is. I know that when it's all said and done, there's no, oh, I miss you. Oh, are you going to call me? No, nigga, get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? There's no ifs and buts about it. So anyways, here's where my fish friend comes in. My fish friend, the Trinidadian girl, we were having a conversation last Friday, and I'm going to end it off with this. And I had asked her a couple days ago or so, I said, would you ever consider, you know, dating a guy if he had all the qualities that you wanted, but he told you that he's dealt or that he has dated a transgender woman before? And she said, I had to think about that for a second. And the reason I had to think about that for a second because as a female, I realized that I have a lot of transgender friends, but I realized that when a guy gets with a transgender, especially most men, their sexual appetite becomes alive. For lack of better words, they become very, very sexually liberated to the point where things that they may not do with a female, they'll do with the tranny. Like, have her bend him over and fuck him in the ass, raw. Fuck her in the ass, raw. And, oh, yeah, and actually, after all that's said and done, we'll ask the tranny like 6,000 times, like, you clean, right? You clean, right? I ain't got nothing to worry about, right? When he should really be worried about the hood rat, Shakisha, that he's fucking in the Jordan Down projects, that he's been fucking for over a year or so, that fucks all the niggas that's HIV positive. But no, she a female. Ugh, stupid niggas. Anyways, so she basically said that that's the reason why she would not date a guy if he openly admitted to dating a trans woman. And I can understand where she's coming from, even though it's a little, like, simple-minded and closed-minded, but I understand. But, yeah, so that's where she's coming from. So, that is my pathetic sex life. Up in the up. People may ask all the time, why don't you date? Why don't you just try to go with the... No. See, I'm going to tell you guys this. I'm going to end it off with this. To me, I'd rather deal with what I'm dealing with right now, with the sex shit, instead of dealing with the love shit. Now, that shit there, that's the shit that will have you going crazy. That's the shit that will have you busting out windows. That's the shit that will have you catching cases. I know my limits and my boundaries. I can deal with these downfalls in this sex game. You know, that's, and I know myself. You know, that's what, I mean, and then people wonder why I fucking do drugs. Bitch, if I wasn't doing drugs, I probably would have killed myself a long time ago. Then that's just being completely honest. But hey, it's a balance. And I'm not advocating for drug use. Not everyone can do what I can do. You know, I'm clean for now. But, yeah. Stay clean, you know. Stay sober and sane. And, safe sex is always the best sex. But, anyways, that's, my crazy thing works for me, but I don't think that it will work for other people because I'm, like I said, without trying to sound conceited, I'm a little bit more awakened than others, and I have my own little thing that works for me, that's always worked for me. But I would never advocate for someone, hey, go do drugs, hey, go have lots and lots of promiscuous sex. You know, no, I would never advocate that. What works for me may not work for like 10, 16 other girls or so. Because I'm 37, and like I said, I've been through the love game thing, and it's going to take me years and years and years and years and years, probably not going to even happen in this lifetime, of therapy and like emotional, breaking through emotional turmoil and believing that men are actually genuine, well, heterosexual men are genuine people, for me to actually ever believe into that like thing called love again. And like I said, I don't think I have that much time in this lifetime. You know, sometimes I really get tired of this life form here, and people hear that and they say, "Oh, she's committing suicide. Fox, you're scaring me." Well, sometimes waking up to this pathetic sex life and this pathetic life I call being transgender scares me even more. But that's a whole nother thing. I love everyone. I love myself, and I have lots of self-esteem and all this great stuff. And, you know, I send all my love out to everyone. Yeah, stay sane and sober, and, you know, date people and treat people like how you want them to be treated. And, you know, don't be mean to people. So, yeah, I'm going to live in that. Let's see how long this is going to last. Anyways, you guys, enough of me being cynical and, yeah, and sarcastic. I am going to go ahead, take off this Victoria Beckham dress. Like I said, this Victoria Beckham dress here, just so you can get a last look at it. Target, $30 and, yes, $30.99. And this, yes. And you don't have to really spend that much to wear designer stuff. I love that Target is making this very accessible to the girls that are not used to, you know, what it's like to have designer wear. Because some designer wear has like really gone to the dogs. I mean, if I hear one more black chick say, "I'm wearing some Michael Kors, I'm wearing some Michael Kors, bitch." Just like, aren't you know, like, oh my God, I used to always laugh sometimes when my parents would go into when they would move out of the neighborhood because too many black people lived into the neighborhood, because they would say, "Oh, it's gonna bring the property value down." I kind of feel the same way about when certain black people find out about certain designers. But I know that's just my self-hatred going on there. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. I hope you enjoyed this live episode of my pathetic sex life. and what I deal with the men here in LA. So, at the end of the day, if you don't have, at least if you don't have, you know, a man, a dog will do. Because at least he doesn't lie to you. I mean, at least this dog doesn't lie to me, you know, unlike the other dogs that I've dated, because I've dated like a whole, yeah, whatever. I've dated so many dogs I could probably open the dog pound. But anyways, enough of me, like, reading, like, men in general, and being mad at the world and mad at men. I will talk to you guys later. Leave your comments of shade and support from your faceless profiles and things of that nature, so I can block you. And yeah, whatever. I will see you guys later. And if you have any questions or concerns, just leave it down there. And oh yes, I've been waiting for you all day, nigga. You got 11 and a half. Yeah, it's time for me to end this. Bye.